What's going on, champs and champions? It's Fire Monkey here, and with a brand new... Alright, now I normally cut those introductions out that are scuffed up like that, because it happens quite often, but you know, someone on my Discord server just said I should leave it in today's video, so you know what, let's have a little bit of fun, enjoy hearing what happens whenever I mess up an introduction to a video. But with that said, what's going on, champs and champions? It's Fire Monkey here, and with the brand new V22.30 update to Fortnite, we got a lot of leaks, not only relating to cosmetics, Star Wars, and all that type of stuff, but also the magical world of, well, the only thing that really matters, which is brand new items, at least recently to me, right? Because the loot pool's been pretty fun, and I've been enjoying seeing a giant variety of brand new items added to the game, and we have a brand new item, or I guess mechanic, that could be getting added to the game and enabled within the next week. So I kind of want to make today's YouTube video kind of dedicated to talking about that change, and it is none other than the brand new Dial-A-Drop item. This is a remote item that, when used, will allow you to summon a supply drop just out of the sky to whatever location you're currently at, kind of like if it was a care package from Call of Duty or something like that sort. However, something very interesting about it is that it's not just your normal supply drop, right? You're not just going to be able to call in a supply drop and then that's it. You're not just going to get some random items, you know, a weapon or whatever. No, instead, this is a supply drop with a purchase, or I guess a purpose. The reason why is because you'll be able to select between either a green supply drop or an orange supply drop. A green supply drop is a health drop, and what this will do is, once used, it will give you tons of different like healing items, tons of different stuff in that area, you know, like shields and everything, so you can basically get 100 health, 100 shield by calling in a health drop. Now, of course, you still have to search it like a normal supply drop would. It just has a different design specifically for this theme. And then on the other side, if you wanted to get an orange supply drop, that is actually a vehicle drop. Now, the interesting thing about the vehicle drop is that if you use this, once it actually drops down on the ground, you're not going to get items, right? You're not going to get any healing items like you would with a green one or a blue one or anything like that. Instead, you're going to get one thing, and that is going to be a fully modded out vehicle. From the files right now, it looks like it's always going to be guaranteed to be a truck, but yeah, it's a fully modded out vehicle from a supply drop, meaning it's already got off-road tires, aka the chunker tires on it. It's already got the cow catcher on it. It's already got max fuel. It's fully suited up for you to drive around with, and all you really have to do to obtain it is get the epic rarity Dial-A-Drop item, which will be found randomly in game, and select the type of supply drop you want to use. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is going to be a one-use item, so once you actually select a supply drop, it's going to consume this remote, right? The remote just kind of like poofs out of your inventory, but it makes sense. They got to have some sort of balance in place so that you're not sitting here every minute spawning in a million vehicles or a million HP or anything like that. But it is still super cool to see Epic Games working on some new supply drop themes, working on some new items, and basically allowing the game to feel a lot like newer in a way, right? Because this is a type of item that literally will let you just spawn in a supply drop wherever you want, just at a moment's notice. Now, of course, you have to actually have the item first, but it can really help you out in times of like need. So think about it like this, right? You're in the middle of like a big combat or whatever, and you're using the natural resources around you in order to hide. Well, you're running out of healing items, so you're unable to actually continue this hiding battle, and you're most likely going to get eliminated because you can't reload in time or anything like that. Well, assuming that when you actually summon the supply drop, it's an instant drop, this could be really good for players because they could instantly just have extra inventory space of healing items on the back burner, right? Assuming that they're able to call in the drop, you know, survive long enough to actually get the items, open the drop, use them and everything, it could really change some battles and put it in other players' favors in situations where you might have thought that, you know, one person was guaranteed to gonna win, and then, you know, they just come out of nowhere with a whole entire vehicle out of the sky, or, you know, just some healing items. I'm honestly really excited to see this actually added to the game, and it does appear like it's going to be added very soon. Now, an interesting thing about this is that the Dial-A-Drop item was supposed to already be enabled right now, because one of the Week 7 quests that got released earlier today that they had a hotfix out and replaced with a different one was to use the Dial-A-Drop in 3 different matches. And now it had a following little like bonus description here that stated, a little roadside assistance, road not required. But yeah, there was an actual challenge planned to release today that would have brought this item into the game, but for some reason, I guess they wanted to postpone it for whatever reason, and instead they ended ended up replacing it with the deal damage with shotgun challenge, which of course is, you know, in that third slot where the dial a drop item challenge would have been. But it's super interesting to see how Epic Games has been super weird with stuff like this recently, right? Because we've had leaks about planes returning. We've seen planes get used to advertise the new Polo cosmetics. And then we had challenges for the planes returning that got hotfixed very last minute to make it so those aren't enabled. And then out of nowhere, you know, we're like, okay, maybe it's a one-time issue. Maybe there was an issue with planes or something like that. And then out of nowhere, you know, they do it a second time with a brand new dial-a-drop item that's ready in the game files, had its challenges prepared and everything, but for some reason, last minute, once again, Epic Games is just swapping stuff around. It almost makes me wonder if Epic Games are putting some of these challenges for upcoming items or, you know, stuff that's going to get unvaulted in the future as red herrings for Fortnite leakers, like stuff to be like, oh hey, look, here's this thing that's happening in Fortnite, and then when it actually comes time for that thing to happen, Epic Games is doing a swap last minute and just getting a quick laugh out of it or something like that. Now that's just a conspiracy theory, of course. Do I think Epic Games really cares about leakers and trying to mess with them? Maybe, maybe not. I really don't mind either way, right? I think it's funny if Epic Games is doing that to mess with leakers, but at the same time, it kind of sucks because I would have been excited to see this dial-a-drop weapon or item, whatever you want to call it, released today, because it seems like it would really be a lot of fun and would just allow for some unique gameplay mechanics to go into the match or whatever, and it just seems like it would have been a cool little assistant tool, right? Because think about it, right? You're in the middle of a normal match, you're able just to call in a whole entire vehicle out of the sky. Who doesn't want that? Nobody. Everyone wants it, right? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind it, right? Especially with how some people would love to see more mobility in Fortnite. It's like there's no issue, there's no problem with releasing this and making it so people have more options to heal themselves and more options to get mobility to run around the Fortnite island, drive around, or whatever else a lot easier. So hopefully we see it enabled next week, maybe in the next few weeks, but it is completed in the game files. It has a challenge already that Epic Games for some reason displaced at very last minute, and it is something that you should be seeing coming soon to the game. I had leaked it before, leaked the name and everything. They plan to have it sold by some NPCs, I do believe, but right now they just haven't done anything at all. So with that said, let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about this brand new dial-a-drop item in the game? Are you excited for it? Are you not really caring about it that much? I'm just curious what everyone's thinking. I'm honestly kind of excited, you know, it just allows me to summon a supply drop, and maybe that will count towards like the accolades where, you know, you have to open up supply drops and stuff like that, because that just means, you know, you're basically summoning in extra XP as well with your free vehicle and stuff like that. But with that said, that's all I have to say for today's YouTube video. Hope you champs and champions enjoyed it, and I am out. Peace.